The NBA and NHL Conference Final, Game 5, Bombs edition of the Bottom Line Bombs on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It's brought to you by Edge Boost, a bank account built for bettors. Sign up today and get edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN and get a $25 deposit bonus. And now, with that...
All I gotta say is go fucking burn!
Oh, we apologize for that.
We apologize. Landon has...
Bring me everyone. What do you mean everyone?
Everyone!
You're a crumb creep. I want to fight you. But you don't have the courage. You're a real crumb bum. Put that on camera. You're a creep.
Bad luck just seeing a thing like that.
A fucking loser!
Welcome to the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, giving you the show picks with bits for tobacco use only. The laddie daddy, the bet detective, scumbagger Vance, the man in the box, CJ Sullivan. Yes, we are broadcasting live from Eagle Rock, California at the studios of SGPN Sports Gambling Podcast Network. We're back after a mini hiatus as we had Memorial Day off on Monday. Today is Wednesday, 28th as I record live. You're listening to whenever the hell you are listening to it. But we have a big show today. We have NBA and NHL Game 5, Conference Championship 5, Bombs Edition. Of course, we have an update for the $20 at $20 million. As it should be coming to a conclusion this stage, at least tonight. And a man in a box segment. We'll have to get through all of it. Thank you. If you're watching right now on X, hop on over to the YouTube. You can join in the chat even much easier. There's Channing Brown. John's already here. He says, monetize that ticket. You're right. That's a little bit update. You're peeking ahead to the 20 to 20 million update. John's here says LFG and some bombs. You'll get some bombs. But like I said, I hope you guys had a good Memorial Day. If you are subscribed to the Bottom Line Bombs podcast on Spotify, iTunes, wherever the pods are told, wherever you listen to it, you'll be noticing lately I've been giving out bonus episodes on some of my off days. On Friday, I put one out on Monday, which is basically my $20 to 20 million. Usually I just put I'll throw the audio of that so you can keep an update on that. This Friday is a longer $20 20 million than you're going to get. Then you see the clips online. I edited up the clips online, but then I gave a full raw footage of it, about 15-minute one that'll be coming out on Friday. So if you're subscribed, you get a little bonus treat in the morning. But yes, I did put out the shorts today. Make sure you subscribe to everything that I do so you can get all of the updates and video clips. Not just Man in the Box, not just 20 to 20 million, but that's basically it. Now I also do stand-up clips, all kinds of things. Follow me on X at @CJSullivan_ or Instagram, CJ Sullivan was taken. Or the YouTube. You subscribe to the YouTube. That's most important. YouTube Bottom Line Bombs. That's how we get things going. Hit the thumbs up on this. So like I said, Memorial Day, there was no show. I hope everyone out there understood what the holiday was really about. Not getting drunk and eating hot dogs, but for our fallen soldiers. Is there a more annoying person than that posts that says that? That want to remind you what the holiday's really about. Listen, we know. Stop bumming us out. It's also about eating a burger and getting drunk. All right? That's what they fought for. Listen, every veteran that I know, and I know quite a few related to some, that's what they do. That's what they fought for, to get drunk and to have someone give them a plate from the barbecue. And they deserve it. And so do you. So stop bringing us down with your photos of graveyards. We know what it's about. Stop telling me Christmas is for Jesus' birthday. Shut up. It's also for a new PlayStation game. All right? That's what it's all about. Anyway, that was Memorial Day. That's the bonus episode. We are back here. I had a good Memorial Day as well. It was the Thunder Game 4, which was a big, big game. The game they needed in order to feel the comfort that we did. But before I get into that, of course, let me tell you about the new thing that the SGP guys are up to. The SGP guys, Sean and Ryan, which I'll be doing a show with them after this, where we break down NFL games of the year and give out our best games of the year. So make sure you tune into that. But the SGP guys are going to be ripping packs live on the air next Monday night. They'll be breaking a case of Panini Prisms with DAPS, and you can get a 10% off your favorite team with promo code SGPN. Go to sportsgamingpodcast.com/break to get in on the action. Now, I am told that means cards. That's what that is. Cards. You have a opening and unopening. Is that what they do? Unpackaging. That's the big thing. It's kind of a gambling thing where you open up packs of cards, and if you have a winner in there, you win a bunch of money. You get a big money. But if you lose, you get a card. Not bad. I always thought there was a trend. I didn't really know what it was. I thought it was unopening. I did a video. I did a long video, which I never edited up, but where I just unopened old packs of cards and just did bits about the players. I thought that's what people wanted. They don't. They don't want that at all. They want to play along and they want to bet on cards, and I get that too. So make sure you tune into that. But as you said, we are here and we are starting. Let's get right into it. This is a big day. The $20 to 20 million. Channing Brown says he's way ahead of me. He says he saw the short plus 1,800. Too good to pass up. And Channing Brown, by the way, who requested Macklemore last time, I gave you a little taste of it, and he came after me again. They know them, and they got a program. They're pretty good. I know that's for sure. Woo, boy, oh boy. Anyway, $20 into 20 million. If you did catch my short, I put it out part 3 today. Last week was all about avoiding the hedge, about distractions. Like Sean Green, tell me the hedge on the Nuggets plus 250 or whatever they were for Game 7. Now we said, no way. I'll try to make my bet back. However, this week, it was a little bit different. This week, we weren't hedging for tonight. We entered a new term, monetizing that number, as Channing Brown puts out that. Monetizing the numbers, not a hedge. Here's the situation. Thunder are up 3-1. They play tonight at home. They are an 8.5-point favorite, minus 345. I'll break the game down a little bit later. They should win tonight, obviously. They should finish it off. It's not locked in. It's not crazy that they would lose tonight. A Game 5, pressure on a younger team. Minnesota, they played great the last 2 games. So I just checked out some serious prices. One on MyBookie, and here's something you want to look for a mistake. MyBookie, a lot of times they're plus 1,800 Minnesota now to win the series. Oklahoma City is minus 4,000, by the way, which is an insane number. Now, to remind you, of course, I am sitting on a minus 120 ticket for OKC to win the West. $5K to win like 4,200, so it'll be like 9,200 total, something like that. Something in that ballpark. We started with $20. We got that to 500 with the pleaser, 25 to 1 with the boys. Then the Super Bowl ticket was a 18 to 1, Eagles over the Chiefs, and now that's what we're sitting on. And obviously, the goal is to get the $20 million. That's what we're ultimately trying to get to. But this stage of it, which we're very close to, we're trying to get to the ultimate around 11,000 maybe. Because we want to get 10 Survivor tickets, Circa Survivor contest, $1,000 each, 10 max. That gives me the best possible chance of winning the 20 million, which will be around first place prize. and one Circa million contest, because that's like a 6 million. Combined, it's like 20 million. Either way, it's that's not important. It's for the catchy title. So all we have to do is the Thunder to win tonight, or game 6, or game 7, and we got there. We got to the 9,200 on the next step we wanted to get to. But rarely, when I look to monetize a number, when I look at a place bet, you see odds like this. This is an opportunity for me to not just monetize my number, but to pretty much end the bet. I can end it right now. And that's what I decided to do. One, I realized I don't like sweating NBA games. It's very stressful. It's not like NFL or anything else. It's too many possessions, and it's back and forth, and it's so fast. Make or break on every hit, make or miss, and you're like, this is too much. Football, at least there's a little pace to it. You can build a storyline as you get towards the end zone. Here, it's just like, good God. So, and I've been doing this with Thunder games, and they win by margin. They win going away a lot. So I saw a price at Minnesota plus 1825 to win the series. That is a rare opportunity that you get when you have a bet like this, where you could get not get out of it. I'm not getting out of anything. What I'm doing is I have an opportunity to basically free roll. So if I put like $500 on Minnesota, which is what I did at plus 1825, that wins up to 9,200. So it's pretty rare that you get the full amount on either side, no matter what happens. Now I'm in a position. Listen, the Thunder did what they needed to do. I made this bet in February. They got to this position where I could, and where the numbers got so high that I'm in a position where I could win either way. Now, do I think Minnesota is going to win the series? No. Do I think they're going to win tonight? No. But it would be reckless of me to ignore a number that's over 18-1. I mean, like I said, this isn't plus 350 or something like that, or something like, you can get your money back, you can get your things, and there's no risk involved. No, there's no risk. This I end it. I don't have to sweat it. Both teams now, hell, they can play and have fun. I don't care. Do whatever you want, fellas. Although I want the Thunder to win. I want to stick to the plan here, obviously, with the tickets, because the 500 I used was from a different account offshore there, if you know what I mean. Some crypto might be involved. It gets a little hairy that way. But it is what it is insurance. It's buying insurance on an airline ticket, or a warranty on a tire. I know I don't need it. I know I probably won't even use it. But it's nice. It's a comforting feeling. It's nice to have. I can watch the game, and if SGA rolls an ankle tonight, I would feel bad, but I wouldn't feel devastated like, what happened? Because like I said, we've all been in betting long enough that we know anything can happen. Although it looks bleak for Minnesota, all they have to do is win tonight to make this a good investment on my plan. Because if they win tonight, then they go back to Minnesota game 6. They can easily win that. They played 2 great games 3 and 4 in Minnesota. They blew them out game 3, and they played great game 4. Oklahoma City just played a little better. And then you get to a game 7, which like I said, I'll still be fine with that. I'd still think Oklahoma City wins that game, but now you got a real sweat, and that's something I don't want. I don't need it. I've had enough sweats. I had the Denver series was a sweat enough. The game 4 there was kind of a sweat. And I don't like sweating NBA games. I've learned that. And what this does, and like I said, the ultimate goal is to get to $20 million. So it would be foolish of me to have myself in a position for it to get derailed. Even though it's the smallest percentage possible, when I can easily guarantee that I maintain this path pretty much on the same level, no matter who wins. Because the last thing I want to do, C-Generates, is let you down and start all the way back from $20 to run that up this summer. And next thing you know, I'm bricked out.
You lost it all.
No. Yeah.
Technically.
Technically,
So I feel great. I feel great about Oklahoma City about it. I'm not worried. So, and also with this insurance in the back, I don't have to be worried. These guys can do whatever they want to do. And then we'll get to the next step. Like I said, even if I didn't do this 500, I would still win the 9,200 with Oklahoma City, which I'm going to do with the ticket. I still have to make another bet anyway to get to 11. So now I'll just add another 500 to it, whatever. And where's this going to happen? The next step, where is this going to be? Well, I'm glad you asked. And if you saw the short, you know. The next extension of it's going to be, I want to take it back to that old road to 10 million from last year, a little ode, a little tip of the cap, as I said. And I'm going to drive out to Vegas like I did last year, when I blew by the exit coming here to the studio and kept going on the 134 to Vegas. And I called into work. I said, hey, guys, I'm not going to make it in. I'm driving to Vegas to bet a parlay. And like I said, luckily I work at a place called a Sports Game and Podcast Network. And they're like, yeah, sure. Makes sense to me. See you Monday. Like, no, I'll be back tonight. And I was back. Made a great time. Let me tell you about Edge Boost first before I get into the Vegas trip, and then we'll get into the NBA bombs that are happening tonight and tomorrow. But first, I do have to tell you about Edge Boost. I mean, what would you guys do in the show if you didn't hear my words about Edge Boost written from a paper? I can make it my own. I love Edge Boost. It's the first ever bank account built for bettors. Ensures all your transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums. Cashback rewards, 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN, deposit $25. Edge Boost will match it. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And you got Underdog. Always love a little Underdog chat. I'll have an Underdog entry for you. Right now they have that great extender going on for the NBA playoffs. As long as the NBA playoffs is going on, they have an extender bonus. You hop in on the game one. Longer the series goes, the bigger the bonus gets. Sign up for promo code BOMBS. Claim your special pick. First time deposit up to $1,000 in bonus. That extender, by the way, it's great. I mean, they had like 80%, 90% boosts for the series as long as it goes on each game, and it gets higher each game. So it's pretty crazy. So get in on that. All right. Hold on. There we are. We are back here. And in the chat, we still love it. Coming in there, Channing Brown says the $400 Circa special. That's absolutely right, Channing. If you don't know, all summer long, Circa Casino in downtown Vegas, host of the VSiN Studios, where we are at many a time, and Sean and I do the Friday night show, and I do the segment on there. Hell, this is where this $20 to $20 million started, on that VSiN show in the Circa Casino, where we gave out our pleaser and hit it 25-1. All summer long, they're giving out a special 2-night stay, all inclusive. That means resort fees, taxes, and that's important, for $400. And you get $100 food credit, $100 drink credit, and $100 or whatever free like day bet at that amazing stadium swim pool. It really is an incredible deal. And I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going. Probably next Wednesday and Thursday. The NBA finals start next Thursday. So program alert, C-Generates. I'll probably be driving to Vegas next Wednesday. So the show will be recorded in Vegas on Thursday, depending on how my Wednesday night goes. Just kidding. I'll be fine there. So next week, the show will probably be moved to Thursday because I'll be doing this thing in Vegas. I'll give you content. We're going to make our we'll make our big next bet for the $20 to $20 million right before the NBA finals start. We're going to see how it pans out. We're going to get some Stanley Cup involved, Channing. Get your Edmonton Oilers involved. Although I didn't like how they had a big injury last night to Hyman, Shaq Hyman or whatever. I mean, that hurts, but you got to like the way your Oilers look. So we'll see. We'll look at the options there. I'm getting ahead of myself, but the drive will happen and the $400 deal will happen. And the genius about that, which we will see in the content, is I'm sitting on the $400 Lady Yukon ticket that I got off Sean Green, what he trolled me with. He continues his Angel Reese Caitlin Clark rivalry with me. And I'm going to use that ticket. I've been sitting on it for this stay perfectly. That's a perfect transaction because he says, what do I do with this ticket? And I'm going to show him exactly what you do with this ticket. You enjoy a beautiful 2-night stay at Circa Casino in the summertime. Drinks and food by the pool. As you know, I'll give a quick Squirrel update. Squirrel Gilgis Alexander was last time we left you here and we informed you. I told you about that Game 7 OKC versus Denver. A squirrel was at my balcony all weekend, and I thought I was feeding him, and he was just sleeping, but he actually died. He went there to die in a bag of plant soil that I had up there. And you guys, see Generates, Feach Lamagna, welcome to the chat. He said, you guys suggested that I would stuff the squirrel taxidermy style. I looked it up online as like a good and keep him as a good luck charm all year since he didn't survive for the Survivor. And I looked it up and it was pretty pricey. More than that, it'd be a lot more than the monetize my number bet I just made on the Timberwolves. And there's some videos to do it how you do it yourself. I was not ready to take that step. And then J Mark from the UFL Gambling Podcast, along with me, him, and Colby D. And Old Fashioned Football. He was in the chat that room. He said he's a country guy there from Iowa. He likes to do things like that. He's a camouflage kind of guy, if you will. He said, just cut off the tail, put in some borax for a couple days, and you'll be good. Keep the tail. Then you have a tail as a good luck charm. I was like, okay, what's borax? First of all, turns out it's it's taxidermy adjacent. It's not quite taxidermy, but they use it. But it's also in the laundry department at your Targets and whatnot. And I did. I was like, you know what? This will make great content. And I realized, even though I'm not that kind of a guy at all, I've never been that kind of a guy. I'm a city boy. Suburbs, I should say. But that's not the point. Point is, I had this dead squirrel that I had to get removed of anyway. So I got dishwasher gloves and picked it up. Got a steak knife that I haven't used. That was a Christmas gift at one point, and sawed off this tail after watching a few YouTube videos of some hunter influencers who are very good at it, much better than me, by the way. They do it with no flesh, no nothing. They debone it, pliers. They do a 1-2 step, and they wear it as an earring. But I was like, because you guys were like, that's what you do. And then I'm like, well, what do I do with it? You're like, well, put on your antenna, your fucking rear view. I'm like, what are you? I don't have a fucking Ford truck. What are you talking about? And then you were suggesting, then you bury it in Las Vegas. That came up as a suggestion. Bury it in Las Vegas as good luck. Something like that. Like maybe at the Circa, or maybe just in the deserts, Joe Pesci style from Casino, maybe out where the alien jerky is. That interested me. I'm like, that I can do. That I can do. Drive with it. I'll make great content and then bury Squirrel Gillis Alexander's tail in memory. Feach said Xavier Leggett would be proud of me. Old country Xavier Leggett. Love him. He eats raccoon, right? Is that what he does? That's what he eats. Anyway, the point is, I put this thing in borax, in Tupperware, in a cool, dry place, in my Hollywood apartment for a week, like a goddamn serial killer. I opened it up on Monday, Game 4, to see where it was at, and it didn't smell great. I think it might have rotted. I think there might be some flesh in there. So I shut it, put it in another bag, and I'm like, what am I doing? And that's when I realized I need to stop this. This whole thing needs to stop. What am I doing here? I threw the body down the chute. This thing's going down the chute. So I put the knife, the Tupperware, the borax, the fucking tail, whatever. And this isn't a wood squirrel. This is a goddamn city squirrel. Los Angeles. Who knows what diseases in that thing? So the update is it's not taking a ride to Vegas with me. I already threw it away. I got a shot of it for the next video update, but I tried. I'm not that person. Thank God I'm not that person. But, life was starting to get away from me at one point. I started realizing that. What am I going to bring someone over to my apartment with a fucking squirrel tail sitting in Tupperware? No, that's not me. That's not happening. So we will be going to Vegas. I will be getting that ticket off Ryan Kramer's hands as soon as these Oklahoma City Thunder bomb it today. And like I said, oh, it's a nice place you have here. What's that above your fridge? Oh, that's just a squirrel tail sitting on borax.
Bad luck just seeing a thing like that.
Where are you going? Why are you leaving? You just got here. Anyway, Oklahoma City Thunder play tonight versus Minnesota Timberwolves. Line is 8.5, 220.5. Do I believe the Thunder win tonight? Yes. Do I believe we get our $20 to $20 million next step? Yes. But I think there's a chance they lose the series.
That's not the answer.
No, I don't. But like I said, we got a little mini insurance on it. We had to monetize the number. But tonight, I actually like Minnesota to cover the spread plus 8.5. I think they're going to put up an effort. Elimination game. I don't assume it's going to be like games 1 and 2 just because it's at Oklahoma. Listen, I know Oklahoma City Thunder are the best team in the league, the best home team in the league by far. They've only lost 6 games all year at home, and they dominate, and they win by a lot. When they win, they go on those runs. They play incredible defense. They pressure you. I love watching them. Hey, there's a reason why I made this bet. I love this Thunder team. Love watching Alex Caruso and the boys play a little defense. God forbid, and everyone complains, God forbid an NBA team plays defense and they complain, that's fouling. It's called pressure. All right? Deal with it. So I'm actually going to take, though, at the same time, I think it's going to be a tight game. If you think back to Game 5, OKC versus Denver. Now, granted, Denver, I think, matched up better than Minnesota does with OKC. But if you think about that game, that was a tough game, a very tough game that Denver was in control of. OKC made a run in the fourth quarter and won. They didn't cover, but they won by 5. And then they blew them out Game 7 at home. I think this is going to be much like this. I don't think there's going to be a huge margin. Now you have Anthony Edwards, who did absolutely nothing. Game 4. Timberwolves played great Game 4. I mean, he did something in the second half. First half, he did nothing. He had 2 shot attempts. Julius Randle, no, he did nothing. He was just like, yeah, I am out. No way am I playing tonight. I loved Anthony Edwards after the game, too. Why'd you play so bad? I didn't play bad. Not my problem. I made the right play. And that's give the ball to Dante DiVincenzo, which is right. Everyone else scored. Minnesota played great. They scored like 126 points. What else do you want from them? Well, maybe a little effort out of Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle. So I think Anthony Edwards knows that, and everyone loves. Oh my God, I'll get into it later on about the NBA media and talking about him being the face of the league. Why is there a fucking obsession with talking about who the new face of the league is? I mean, what are you, an ad agency? Or are you media? Who's the face Anthony Edwards has? If you're going to be the face of what face of the league? Are you making makeup? Or I mean, are you selling magazines? The face of the league. And you have Kenneth Perkins saying you need a wife and kids. I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? That is so outdated. Magic Johnson had a wife and kids. Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. And about 8,000 mistresses. We gave him 8. But he was the face of the league. You're right. He was on Converse. I mean, he was the face of a shoe company. What do you mean the face? Whatever. Point is, Anthony Edwards over 27.5 points. A lot of people like his rebounds and says, I think he's going down with the ship. He's scoring more than 27.5. He will not end on the way he ended last game with 2 shot attempts in the first half and only ending with 16 points. So first bomb is Anthony Edwards over 27.5. Couple other bombs I like. Prop wise, I like Lou Dort at home. His home road splits are great. You gotta look for the role players at home. That's the easy. Handicap. I like Lou Dort 7.5. I like Cam Wallace at 6.5. Hell, I like Alex Caruso at 8.5 just because I like rooting for Alex Caruso. The man's defending big man. He's swatting ways. Actually, I like Caruso over 1.5 threes, but occasionally he'll get the layup. I like all those little guys. If we're gonna do that, if we're gonna talk that, but point is, Oklahoma City Thunder wins tonight, not by 8.5. It'll be a nice tight game. Anthony Edwards will keep them around for as long as they can. His over 27.5. Couple margin players Thunder. I'm just gonna be able to enjoy the game, and then we'll get to our next step, the $20 million. I should have played something great after that, but I did not. This is Scumbagger Vance, and that's in the cup. I guess that's all I'll give you. Anyway, all right. Let me tell you. Let me break down. We have another game, of course. That's my game for tonight. Then you have Pacers Knicks tomorrow. And let me tell you about rhythm first, because you know the rhythm is going to bet you. Rhythm is going to bet you. Rhythm is going to bet you with props. Props. That's right. Rhythm is an AI model. It's your back home for your back picks and props. You can dominate the NBA playoffs, PGA, MLB, and just launch the WNBA. They know you'll love it. That's why they include a 7-day free trial. Rhythm has some amazing deals going on now until 25% off monthly subscriptions. Promo code SGPN, 50% off annual subscriptions. Promo code SGPN50. That's Rhythm, RITHMM. Promo code SGPN25 or SGPN50. Get your 7-day free trial today. sportsgamingpodcast.com/rhythm. Now, a prop they like tonight. Let's see what they like tonight. Let's see if I agree with it. I mean, I usually do agree with it. But they like Jalen Williams under 27.5 points and assists. That's Jalen with an E. I don't mind that. Jalen Williams went off last game. He's streaky, so he's due for a regression, or everyone's due for a regression, actually. Minnesota's certainly due for a regression. I'm not crazy to jump on the under, but I would not play the over tonight. So that's what they like. Also, speaking of Circa Casino, they have the ultimate fantasy football giveaway. Make sure you come out. If you got a nice fantasy football league, this is actually the best. This is a great contest, to be honest with you. Circa Resort is giving away the ultimate fantasy football experience for a 12-person league to draft in Vegas. Be treated like VIPs for their stay. Your entire league gets a two-night stay at Circa for the draft at a cabana with a $5,000 food and beverage credit at Stadium Swim, limo transportation to and fro, welcome party at the Legacy Club on the rooftop, which is amazing. I've been up there plenty of times. Sportsbook reservation with a $500 beverage credit for the league. This is a nice package. 2-hour open bar at the Overhang Bar. Contest duration May 5th through June 30th. So go to sportsgamingpodcast.com/circa. That's sportsgamingpodcast.com/CIRCA. You have to. I mean, if you have a fantasy football league, have all 12 of your boys and gals enter that for your chance to win. That's good stuff. Also brought to you by MyBookie. MyBookie, wherever I bet, he bets. MyBookie, MyBookie, MyBookie AG. MyBookie is your place to bet on every sport, including the NBA playoffs. For the two true D-Gens, they have the money bag. Money bag accepts customers from a ton of locations. Easy deposit, lightning fast payouts. A bet on MyBookie I like. I just already told you, Minnesota plus 8.5. And a tight elimination game. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN, 100% deposit match up to $1,000 terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And we are back here on the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, CJ Sullivan, the man in the box, the laddie daddy. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube right now. Everyone in the chat room, I already know you guys did it. But if you're watching it later on, go right ahead and do it. MyBookie, by the way, is where I found the plus 1825 on Minnesota. And here's something interesting. They had series price, Minnesota plus 1,600, 16 to 1. And when I saw that, I'm like, kind of want a little more because I knew they were 18 to 1. And then I looked down and Minnesota to win 4-3 was plus 1825. And I don't know if you know the math at all, C-Generates, or how the American sports series work, but that's the only way Minnesota can win is in 7. Maybe in the Bahamas they can win in 9 or something. But sometimes they just make books don't make mistakes like that. So keep an eye out. Just trying to say. Anyway, let's do it. Let's get into the second game, which is the Knicks Pacers. And our national nightmare is almost over. Knicks fan season is almost done. They might have to name another street, make it 3rd Avenue exit, 3rd round exit. Oh, my Lord, with these goddamn Knicks fans. You give them 1 ounce of blood. They won game 3 on a choke job by the Pacers. And we're not dead. Chokes on you. Holy fuck. They are unbelievable. Knicks lost last night. Pacers won. They're up 3-1. So tomorrow night will be game 5 at the Garden. Oh, the Garden will be lit. Knicks are -5. Totals 222.5. Speaking of the fans, and they've always had a nice rivalry, Knicks and Pacers. I grew up on it. I love how the viral fan, the Pacer fan who got attacked by a mob in New York in the streets for wearing that Halliburton jersey after the Celtics series. They threw trash on him. He got flown out. He's a celebrity. Then there was an article about a Pacer fan that stabbed 2 Knicks fans or something at a brewery after game 2, which is a bad story, obviously. I hate all this fan behavior. But I love seeing all the discourse on Twitter and shit like that. People are like, where's the same energy for this guy as it was for the other one? Where's the same energy? How come you ain't treating it like that? Easy. Very easy answers to these questions. 1, there's not a viral video of it. That's what we react to. Videos. Ray Rice was fined like $10,000 for knocking his wife out in an elevator. And like a 2-game suspension. Then the video came out and that changed everything. Like, what, you need a video to see it? Yes. Yes, we do. We need video for everything. Have you not been in society for the last decade? We need a video for anything to care about. Also, the story is not quite the same of one guy fighting 2 guys. Yeah, granted, he stabbed them. But one Pacers fan fighting 2 Knicks fans, as opposed to 500 New Yorkers and a mob fucking running down one person. It's kind of a different story of fan behavior. Anyway, neither here nor there. Let's get into the game. I'm not saying, and I like this Pacer team. They're good. They're very underrated. Halliburton strikes back. How about Halliburton's dad? I have him on the. Halliburton's dad was freed. He was allowed back in the stadium. And the Pacers won, and Halliburton had a perfect game last night. Well, 35, 15 assists, 12 rebounds, no turnovers. Like, first guy to ever do that. He's been amazing. One thing I'll say about Halliburton's dad, though, and the coverage of it, they act like he's Nelson Mandela. Free Papa Halliburton. He's done his time. He was an asshole fan. He got in the players. He got in Giannis's face with like he's gonna. That's what I do hate about and I agree with Giannis with this, with the aggressive fan behavior. Everything's like fucking jersey in your face, and they, well, I don't want to fuck you, the fucking what? Like, do you know there's repercussions for these things? They act like they don't, because everything's online. But I'm glad his dad is back in a suite and not allowed to do his bullshit behavior. But yeah, he's not Nelson Mandela. He's not a political prisoner. He was banned from stadiums for being an asshole. And he was an asshole all year. Granted, he's the star player's dad. He should be somewhere in there. Put him in the suite, though. I like that. That's fine. Anyway. Another thing with Halliburton. Oh, my God. And the NBA media coverage of him. Holy fuck. You watch, and I don't like to talk. I hate talking about these other shows like First Take and all that, but this is what NBA media is. Says Stephen A. Smith makes $100 million and he's on every single game coverage. This is how they talk. And this is you can't avoid it. They talked all day. Is Halliburton a superstar? They pulled out the dictionary to define the word superstar. Merriam-Webster says superstar means an actor or an athlete that's about like what? Yes. Who cares? Star or superstar. He's great. Can you watch? How about you talk about what he did? That was great. He's playing great. He's the star of the playoffs. SGAs too. There's a lot of them. But holy shit. They're not, I mean, they spent hours talking about levels of stars, like I said, like they're ad agencies. Can he sell out on the road? Who gives a fuck? How about you talk about the playoff game that just happened? There's only a couple games left in the season. Oh my God. It's hilarious. The face of the league. Anyway, these New York Knicks will be coming home to the Garden. Game 5. Obviously in a must-win situation. Place will be crazy. They're -5. And as Feach points out, they only have a 3-5 record at home. Tell me more about the Mecca. Oh, they love the Mecca. I know. It's the Mecca. It's where everyone goes to play well except the Knicks. They love to go beat the Knicks. This series really comes down to that game 1 where they did, and you have to say they choked away, even though it's more the Pacers and Nesmith just hitting all those threes, because the Knicks actually scored on a lot of those possessions. They did miss a couple free throws, sure, and turned it over late, but Pacers kind of just grabbed that game. But that's what the series comes down to, because it should be 2-2, but it's not. It's 3-1. And people just assume the Knicks will win because they have to. I have Pacers in 6. I think the Pacers have a good chance of winning in Game 5 because this is what New York does. They have huge games at the Garden once every 25 years. Not Haley's Comet style, but some kind of asteroid. And then they lose. They lose big games at home. They lost huge Game 7 last year versus the Pacers at home. And watching the Knicks play last night, holy God, they have a weird brand of basketball. Where it's just unwatchable, but yet they still stay in it. It's so unpleasant to watch. Like, listen, they got good players. I'm not saying they don't, and they play tough, and they're resilient. I do love the resilience. But the foul bait, people on the line complain about SGA foul. How can you complain about SGA and not complain about Jalen Brunson? He is on the floor after every shot he takes. Every single one. He's getting fouls at half court, not going towards the basket, but going towards the sideline. It's hilarious. It is kind of funny, but I'm like, oh my, they went to the line like 40 times last night. Oh my good God. Just getting 2. Yep. We're in the bonus.
Utah, give me 2.
And he's to the line. He's great at right. And the winning announcers celebrated too, because they know they have to deal with it. Reggie Miller's like, oh, Jalen Brunson's great at reacting to contact. You mean lying? That's called lying. Flopping. He's a smart player. All right. He is smart. He's smart by taking advantage of the rules and making his game unwatchable. But yet they're still always in it. Same time. 5.5, 5 points seems like a lot. I'm going to take the Pacers +5. They're the better team. And as the series winds on, goes further, yes, I know the Knicks are resilient, but they're not as deep as Indiana, so they will get tired. I think the Knicks might pull out a win, but I'll take the 5 points. Let's take the Pacers +5. Total's 222.5. Obviously, last night flew over. It's kind of correlated. If you like the Knicks, you got to like the under. If you like the Pacers, you like the over. Indiana wants to push the pace. I wouldn't play an under. I'm never playing an under in this series. Especially the way the Knicks play defense. Holy shit. It's just, it's like, I mean, once they score, and it's more of Indiana pushing it, but they just don't get back. Karl-Anthony Towns, he just doesn't get back. Anyway, as far as other props on that, I like Josh Hart over 9.5 rebounds. He is working out there. That's what he does. He gets rebounds. I also like Miles McBride over 6.5 points. Role players at home. I was shocked they didn't put last night. Tibbs is hilarious. Tibbs has some weird rotations. Tibbs doesn't play his bench all year. I mean, even if he had a bench, he wouldn't play him. And then game 3, he's like, "Yeah, let's switch up the lineup and start playing Landry Shamet." What are we doing? And it kind of worked. They got a miracle win game 3. And then last night they put in Shamet instead of McBride when they needed offense. He goes, "Why'd you put in Shamet?" Like, we needed some 3-point shooting over Miles McBride. Well, we needed size. Okay, you're just making it up. Fine, fair enough. So I think McBride gets in there. He's the one who basically won game 3 for him, besides Karl-Anthony Towns' fourth quarter. So 6.5 points. That's kind of my favorite. I'm going to ladder him up to 15 at least. And let's hit that ladder. How about Ben Mather last night? Good God. Played him so early in the series, he did nothing, and he finally went off for his ladder. Good for him. Bomb it. All right, here we go. Feach Lamagna says, Brunson would have been a younger Harden if he played in a flyover contract. I know, but he's seen as younger Harden. It's true. But he's in New York. That's what Halliburton's not a superstar, but Brunson is. Brunson's a superstar because he's in New York. Now, I'm not saying he's not good. He's very good. But Halliburton is just fucking good, if not better. Obviously, he's better in his playoffs. But he's not in New York. He doesn't have Madison Avenue to have a cell phone commercial. All right. Those are my NBA bombs. I'm taking Minnesota. Plus the 8.5 tonight. Dort over. Caruso, Wallace over. Anthony Edwards over. All their points. Pacers plus the points tomorrow. Josh Hart over rebounds. Miles McBride, ladder him up. All right, we got some hockey bombs. Let's play some hockey. Yes, whale tail hockey bombs. Now, both of these series, every series is 3-1. The NBA series are 3-1. The NHL series are 3-1. Florida, Carolina tonight. Dallas, Edmonton tomorrow. Carolina finally won a game in the Eastern Conference Finals. It was like 15 in a row or something crazy like that. Some weird streak. And now they can return home. Can they extend it? Can they make it 3-2 and then go back to Florida? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. Listen, good for you for getting your first win. They won 1-0 basically, 3-0 after the empty netters. Bad beat if you had under 2.5 team total Carolina there. But Carolina, yeah, Florida got a little banged up and it was a difference. But Florida, other than that, has been just a wagon. They've been a machine and they look so much better. And I'm going to chalk this up to a desperate Carolina team getting that one win. And Florida coming in. You're getting them at a short price. Now, they were plus money the first 2 games on the road. Now it's like minus 125. But you can get the puck line at plus 180. Carolina just doesn't have any offense. And sometimes Anderson, a goalie, comes to the playoff version, and he's not good. And I have a future on Carolina to win the cup. That's not going to happen. It's going to be Florida Edmonton, no doubt. That's going to be it's going to be a rematch of last year's Stanley Cup. That's what it looks. At least that's what it looks destined to. Dallas, I still give a little bit of hope for, although they look bad too. But I'm taking Florida tonight. I love Florida tonight to finish this off in 5. They want to rest up. They are injured. They're the better team. They have been better. Give me Florida minus 125 and a puck and a half plus 180. Because if you're playing these hockey playoffs, you have to play the puck line. Laying it, not giving it. Because the way they do these empty netters, like last night was a 2-1 Edmonton-Dallas game. It was a very good, tight game. Next, it's 4-1. What happened? Oh, they pulled the goalie and kept him out for 5 minutes. And then Edmonton just had target practice at an empty net. Okay. Well, that's a good strategy. Anyway, give me Florida tonight, -125, plus 180 on the puck line to finish out the series. And then you got tomorrow, Dallas, Edmonton. Dallas is in trouble. Their offense has been in trouble. The only time they've had any offense all series was game 1, period 3, when they had like 3 power play goals in a row. Now, Dallas plays a lot better at home. Zach Hyman got injured for Edmonton. Edmonton does look like they are on a mission to come back and redeem themselves for the Stanley Cup. And the narrative's there, and I believe that will happen. But not here. I have a lot of faith of a desperate Dallas team on a brink of elimination that had a great season to come back home. This is the shortest price you'll ever get Dallas at home at -125. So give me -125 Dallas here and a puck line as well, plus 160. Bomb that. So those are my 2 hockey bombs. Florida and Dallas, both short favorites. One to finish it off, one to stay alive. And that is the whale tail hockey smell. I don't know. Whale tail hockey flail bombs. I don't know. I need to think of better titles. All right, we are back here. Bottom line bombs. I am your host, CJ Sullivan, the Laddie Daddy. Thank you, everyone who joined me to chat. Right before I get to the box, I'll do a man in the box segment in a second here. Let me thank everyone, though. Feach and Channing, of course. Japan's here. Dab time. He's always here to dab. Love that. John, of course, who came in early. Steve Yelridge, my man, who says the Blackout Diaries. He talked in it. The Blackout Diaries is my other podcast I do. It's a drinking storytelling show. They do with Sean Flannery. This week's episode was a Memorial Day episode. He said he just listened to it. He can't get past Flannery's Tom Cruise theory out of his brain. It is a hilarious theory. I'll let you listen to it, listeners, if you want to hear the great Tom Cruise. Our opening segment was about Tom Cruise. I could talk Tom Cruise for fucking. I could make a whole show about it. Feach says he's got a long work trip coming up. Can't wait to listen to the newest episode of Blackout Diaries. Glad to hear that. Like I said, yeah, subscribe to that too. Support the man in the box any way you can. It is a great show, to be honest with you. It's comics and non-comics telling true drinking stories. Sometimes we interview them. We have a good Pope episode coming up. We have a lot of good episodes. We released a golf episode, I don't think yet. I have a golf episode coming out there. But anyway, that's not important. Now let's get into the box. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the Bottom Line Bombs. My X, my Twitter at CJ Sullivan _ on Instagram at CJ Sullivan was taken _ in between each words. TikTok, period CJ Sullivan, and the YouTube Bottom Line Bombs as well. You can email me at bottomlinebombs@thesgpn. Get all of your thoughts and prayers with me. All right, now let's talk some of the box. I was talking a little bit about the NBA media. I'll just finish up on that before I get to anything else. The Halliburton superstar shit is nauseating. Face of the league stuff is nauseating. There's only 2 places you can go to for NBA media. It's either insane debate shit like the ESPN stuff about face of the league and who's a superstar and who's not a star, who's box office. It's so ridiculous. Or you could go to Black Twitter or NBA Twitter, I guess you could call it. But it's funny, and I love Black Twitter. It's one. I think it drives the league. But they get steady too. Let's say they get in their tropes, and they're ruthless. They rip on people. Who, no matter who has a bad game, if you have a bad game in the conference finals, let's say you're Julius Randle, you have a bad game, get ready for memes that are either going to call you gay, a woman, or some out of shape comedian. That's what it's like. Here's Julius Randle. Well, I have money on it. He's like dancing all sassy. It's very homophobic. Or they had him look like Angel Reese. That's the level of media you get with it. So no matter who plays bad tonight, no matter who it is, you're going to be called gay on NBA Twitter. Just know that. It's a shame. But they do what they do. How about that? I like the, and this comes mainly from Knicks fans. How the NBA doesn't want Oklahoma City and Indiana as the NBA finals because, the NBA would hate that. Small markets, Midwest. They're not important as New York. Like, that market shit is so done with. Like, all these things are media. First of all, NBA says they don't even care about ratings anymore. They just signed $1 trillion TV deal. Why? Because their entire league is based on memes and GIFs and emoji and shit like that. Of people saying, Karl Anthony Towns is sassy or he's zesty. He's zesty. He passes with manicures. Like, that gave them $1 trillion. That's shit, that and Drewski videos and shit like that. Like, they don't care about the ratings. And first of all, Pacers Thunder is a much better series than Timberwolves Knicks. And even if anything else was your face of the league in the New York market. The fucking New York market. You're going to turn it off? You're going to have it on because you have nothing better to do. That's what I realized during these blowout and a lot of these playoff prop bets come in. Speaking of which, I had -9.5 last night for the Pacers as an alt line. I also had a -2.5, but I had a -9.5 alt line. Matheon misses a free throw with 10 seconds to go. That would have put him up 10. Or no, it was 11 or something like that. Mikal Bridges comes and puts up a 3. How about dribble the ball out? You're not college. This is the NBA. Dribble the ball out. Lose like a gentleman. Mikal Bridges nails a 3 to pull within 9 or 7, whatever, 8 seconds ago. You asshole. God damn it, Bridges. Anyway. That's neither here nor there. What do we have? A couple more minutes here. I'll give you a couple more minutes. I like to do the full hour, as Larry King would say. We're here for the full hour. Quick story. Mary Lou Retton, America's sweetheart. Just an absolute doll. Famed gymnast of the 1984 Olympics. She was everywhere. She was America. Mary Lou Retton. This is a coal miner's daughter from West Virginia, Olympic gold medalist gymnast. She got a DUI yesterday or 2 days, a couple over the weekend.
Goddamn son of a bitch.
She's now 57, living in West Virginia. That's what a 57-year-old woman in West Virginia does. They got DUIs. So I feel bad for her. I feel bad that she still gets her in the news. She's in a category that I would not wish upon anyone. And I don't know how she's doing otherwise in life. I imagine she's doing okay. But I can't imagine she's doing extremely wealthy. But the category that I would never wish upon anyone is to have fame and no fortune. If anything, you want the other way around. You want fortune and not the fame. You do not want fame and no fortune. That is torture. Always being yelled at and heckled or whatever, or anything you do is reported on. I mean, God damn, Mary Lou just wanted to, have a few Memorial Day weekend and drive back to her shoddy, her shed or whatever she lives at, a little shoddy. Yeah, I'm sure she has a nice house there in West Virginia, but come on. We got to put this in the papers. Sorry, Mary Lou, you got a gold medal in 84. We have to report this. This has to be national news, Mary Lou Retton. I heard she blew a perfect 10. 0.10. Heck, it's a bomb. That was my joke on Twitter. It reads better than it sounds, but that was she known for, getting a perfect 10. Anyway, I feel bad for Mary Lou Retton, but the job required me making that joke. I apologize, but I hate to show when they're down. But let's leave that as Memorial Day. Wishing upon anyone. I do not. If you want to wish something upon your worst enemy, wish him that. Fame and no fortune. What a terrible way to go through life. I always feel like that with Todd Marinovich. Every time he got busted for drugs, like still now they'd report like, Tom Marinovich got arrested. Lead ESPN. He'd be like, why are you reporting this? I haven't played football in 20 years. And I wasn't even good then. Stop it. Well, you're in trouble. Well, that's going to do it for today's Bottom Line Bombs. That's going to get me out of the box. Like I said, thank you, everyone. Oh, Stevie Elder said he had a little audio problem. I hope that wasn't a problem during the show. I'll check the files. Hopefully that's a connection in your back of the woods over in Carolina and Virginia there, Stevie Eldridge. Like I said, anyway, thank you for everyone for joining us. Stay tuned afterwards. After this show, I will be on the main show with Sean and Ryan. We're going over NFL Week 1 games of the year, giving out our best bets there. That'll be fun. Of course, Friday, you'll get a bonus episode, a full unedited $20 to 20 million update if you're listening to the podcast. I'll probably be on the VSiN segment as well. And then next week, we'll see you again Monday. So tonight, let's root home this Thunder. Let's finish this. It's been a nice little journey. And then we'll move on to the next step. All right. That's going to do it. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
And I'll leave it at that.
And so will I.